Hi, I'm Mark Cooper from Cooper Automotive. Today I'm going to show you how to change a flat tyre. First of all, make sure you have the car on safe level ground. Then you need to apply the handbrake and make sure if it's a manual that the car is in reverse, or if it's automatic it's in park. If you have a wheel chock, it's also a good idea or a good practice to use that wheel chock as well. Next you need to locate your spare wheel, your jack and your tyre brace. We need to access the spare tyre, which is under this cover, being a sedan. And four-wheel drives and some larger vehicles will be underneath the car. In this bag here we have the jack, and we have the wheel brace in this bag here, and of course the spare tyre, which is held in by this nut. Just need to take that out of the vehicle, and now it's ready to be fitted to the car. Now you need to jack the vehicle up, but before you do that, if there's any occupants in the car, I strongly suggest they get out of the vehicle before you start to jack it up. Now you'll notice here on the jack we have a slot. That needs to fit into the jacking point of the vehicle. Now the jacking point of the vehicle will be just up underneath on the sill panel, and it will usually have two notches so you can locate where it is, and those notches fit either side of this groove in the jack, and that's your jacking point. So you just slide that under and get your jack to rest up against the jacking point, just finger tight at this stage. Once you've got it to that point, you then need to get your jacking handle and insert it into the jack, which is located in the bag with your wheel nut wrench. It's a hook. The hook will go into the edge of the jack, and the handle has got a square in it which will go on to the end, and you'll just do it clockwise. Now once you've taken a little bit of weight of the vehicle like so, it's a good time to just loosen off the wheel nuts, because if you get this vehicle up and the wheel is spinning, depending on whether you're doing front or rear, you're going to find it hard to break the tension of the wheel nuts. So get your wheel brace, insert it onto the wheel nuts. Once again, it's normal, just left hand or anti-clockwise to undo it, and just push down. And if you find they're too tight like this and you can't get them undone, use a bit of body weight and just break the wheel nuts off. Now once you have those loosened off, you can then jack the vehicle up fully. So insert your handle again. Now it's worth noting that once you have the vehicle jacked up, don't stick any part of your body under the vehicle in case it falls off the jack. And you'll also need to jack the vehicle up high enough to get the new tyre on. So you'll need to jack it up higher than you think. When you think you have the vehicle high enough to fit the new tyre on, you can remove the old tyre. So once you take the final wheel nut off, just remove the old tyre, and then you can place that under the vehicle for safety reasons. Then if it comes off the jack, at least it's got something to hold the vehicle up. Okay, now you can fit the spare tyre, so just roll that over to the vehicle, move it up to the wheel studs and make sure it's high enough. In this case we've got the vehicle high enough. Now in this case this hasn't got the wheel trim on it, that doesn't matter, it's a spare tyre so it's not going to be on there for very long. So I would just fit it as it is, then when you get your flat tyre repaired, you can swap them back over and put this one in the spare. So just hold it up against the hub and just, first of all, just put the wheel nuts on with your fingers. Okay, so once you've got the wheel nuts on there finger tight, you just need to grab your wheel brace. Now you need to do this diagonally to centre the wheel, and you will notice that in this case wheel nuts can only fit on one way. Some wheel nuts can fit on both ways, but you need to make sure the taper is up against the wheel. So then you just softly wind it up with the wheel brace diagonally to centre the wheel. Now we can just tighten these firmly before we let the jack down. So once you have those tightened up pretty firm, then you can go back on to letting your jack down. Now before you let the vehicle down, make sure you get your spare tyre out from under the car. Then you can fully remove the jack from under the vehicle and finish tightening your wheel nuts. Now just do these as firm as you can, they don't have to be too tight. And don't forget to put your spare tyre and all your tools back in the boot. And it's a good idea to make sure you regularly check your spare tyre to make sure it's got pressure in it. I'm Mark Cooper from Cooper Automotive, thank you for watching.